Okay, I'll give up. I'm kind of at the stage of what was I thinking to drop this rock face down right off the corner of the canvas. So I've relinquished, and I'm going to bring it back up a little bit here. Doesn't need much, just a bit. I had a signature in there. That's how confident I was that I could make it work. But no matter how I saw it, it still bothered me. I like anomalies, but this was, drew too much attention to itself, too close to the edge of the canvas. It still has quite a dip there. I don't think that's going to be a big problem though. So, taking this bit of sky and allowed it, this dark stuff, and allowed it to escape from the bottom up into the sky a little bit and generally diminish itself. I've taken some of these colors and extended the length of this cloud. I'm probably going to take some of these colors and bring them into here as well. The sky is constantly getting more love as I continue with this painting. Might put more light on these trees as well. I don't know if I said it last time, that the next time you see the painting, it'll be finished. You know how many times I've said that and it hasn't turned out, right? I'm pretty confident that the next time you see the painting, it'll be done. I had a comment from one of you guys. It was a good tongue-in-cheek comment, actually. Phil, when are you going to stop walking around this lake? And I laughed. I laughed when I saw that comment because I thought, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. I've gone back and forth about so many things because I sort of did it. It's sort of a safe composition, but sort of unsafe as well. I kept waffling on things, and that tends to make for a weaker painting. So rather than continuing to, my biggest issue was well, that was really kind of a smaller thing. But I had this band of land, all these horizontal strokes, and even the foreground. I found it was going to be too boring if I just went directly across. It needed a chink in the armor somewhere. So this doesn't drop off anymore. It's just a chink in the armor. That's good. I can bring it back up in this corner. But the sky needed to flourish a little bit. It needed, you've got all these horizontal lines. On something like this, the foreground, sort of the main event, is pretty much half the painting. But the sky is also half the painting. Probably a little more than half. So the sky needs to be more important. It has to have motion. So if you have all these horizontal lines, something has to blossom out of it, If it were a prairie painting where everything were horizontal, it'd be different. But it's not. This is something that's on the shield, on the Canadian shield. A lot of rock, flat water, early spring. The nature of the weather. You could have some rain now starting to show up and melting the last vestiges of ice on the water, rotting that ice. I think the general character of the painting, which is what I'd rather try to mimic or sort of represent the feeling, a certain feeling, or a certain, not feelings, I'm not big on that, but feeling, whatever, a certain sense of season and shape and light in a painting, rather than focusing on small individual things. Although, those things are important too. I really need to have that sort of the atmospheric feel to it. So I'm hoping this is getting better. I'm glad that we brought this up. Let the sky flourish a little bit. Let this cloud blossom a little bit. And I think that by the time I throw a bit of this in here, I think we're going to be good. And this rock, this is going to remain very, very dark, in these tones. So I'm not worried about that. Then I think we're done. So, okay, once again, I'm going to say, the next time you see this painting, it'll be finished. On to the next one. I better hold to that one this time. See you soon.